I love to fly up in the sky. Through the clouds I reach so high, climbing up to touch the light. Adventure calls me day and night. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. The stars above begin to shine, painting trails so bright and fine. Every turn brings something new, endless skies in brilliant blue. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the drum's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soared into the light. I love to fly up in the sky. Through the clouds I reach so high, climbing up to touch the light. Adventure calls me day and night. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. The stars above begin to shine, painting trails so bright and fine. Every turn brings something new, endless skies in brilliant blue. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the drum's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soared into the light.
Runway. Awareness. Okay.
I love
Meters.
to fly up in the sky. Through the clouds I reach
Welcome
so
everyone
high.
to the glide slope.
Climbing up to touch
I'm just
the
prepping
light.
stuff.
Adventure calls me
Give me
day
an
and
extra
night.
moment
The
while I do
wind it
just that.
sings a melody, guiding
Let me
where
just
I
reduce the
long
sound
to
here
be.
of our beautiful music.
I'll spread my
So I'm just prepping
wings and
stuff,
chase
little
the sun.
tiny
No
things that are
limits
pending
when
here.
the dreams
I
begun.
think I've
The world
pressed go live
below
too
fades
soon, a little
out
bit
of
too soon,
sight
but
as I soar into the light.
we'll get right on it in a moment. Just give me a second here. Today's flight is going to be from London City all the way towards Lisbon.
Every turn brings something new.
And here we are. Welcome. So like I was saying, we're going to fly out of London City to Lisbon, and we're taking this beautiful plane, the Cessna Citation Sovereign Plus by Skyward Sim. It's one of my favorite aircraft by far in the simulator right now. I have a lot of favorite aircraft. This is one of them. So let me just prep the flight here. So EGLC to LPPT. I'll take the music in a moment. Let me just get the flight registration real quick and we'll get right on it. So first of all, welcome Andrew and Douglas from Alcantara Spotter. Thank you so much for coming. And the music is going on a loop for the third time. That's quite a feat for me. All right, looks like we got everything set up. Boom, 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 boom. And we're going on at it right now. So let's go outside. And yeah, look at this beautiful aircraft. I never get to match the liveries I put on the thumbnail with the aircraft because I always think, wow, this livery looks great. But when I go into the sim, it's not there. It's my fault. I should have picked a livery I know I have. So, but yeah, red is always my favorite color by far. So it's never a bad thing. So let's just prep our plane for departure. Moving the pitot covers as well as the angle of attack vanes. This is standby pitot. Going back here, I remember when this plane was released, or at least I think it was, it also had these static covers but to remove, but now it doesn't. It just doesn't add those covers. It does have the engine covers, and as you saw, the pitot covers are singular. Same with the engines. We need to go and remove them from both engines. We also need to check the chocks. We're not going to remove them right now. And look at that beautiful Gulfstream here. And there's what's that? I think that's also no, I was going to say it's another Gulfstream, but it's not. It doesn't look like a Gulfstream. My bad. And let's go inside. So we open this beautiful door. Very smooth, very rich. And bingo. Some things are missing. I do miss the little lights that we can get from other aircraft, but you can enter the plane and exit in the pilot view, which is not many planes can do that. Beautiful interior. We already know this plane from previous flights, but I always love to see this. And today we have Betsy. Hello, Betsy. Say hello to the gentleman. Betsy's still a little taller than me for some reason on this plane. As you can see, she's touching her head on the cockpit cover. And my kid just won. Sorry about that. My kid just won an Xbox achievement. That's what you heard. Yeah. So. This is the Garmin 5000, as you all know. So let's just prep our flight here by loading our Simbrief and let's fetch it. There we go. London City to Humberto Delgado. That's the Portuguese former president that gives name to that airport. Also a former pilot, if I'm not mistaken. So here we are. We're going to fly at flight level 250 out of London City, but then we're going to climb to flight level 430, and then in Benid we're going to fly to flight level 450. So very high, very high cruise flight. As for the weather, there is a thunderstorm here in the northern area of Portugal. I know because I live here, and it is cloudy today. And as you can see, there is a big wind formation here. This is actually a low depression that we have here that's bringing all this bad weather towards us. So we are expecting to land at runway 20, not as spectacular as runway 02, but hey, as long as we get there, right? And that's about it. The weather is a little rough, but nothing too serious. These are different altitudes. So this is flight level 450, and as you can see, you're going to be hit with nose wind all the way down. Not going to get any tailwind today, especially coming forward towards Portugal. You can see that the winds are as strong as 60 knots. So it's going to be a rough nose wind, but no big deal for us. So let's select our airport for departure. We're going to leave that just now. We're going to come here to services. Our door is open. We're not going to touch anything except for the GPU. And now we're going to need to go to the I'm just going to need to go to the settings to verify something. All right, so we do have sim rate. I was just going to confirm. I didn't remember if we did have sim rate. We do have sim rate, so that's a good call. All right, so we got power connected by the APU, so now we need just to turn on the batteries. Hello? Plane is dead. How come? Are the batteries drained? They could be drained, but why? Ooh. I would need to go outside and check the batteries. First of all, let me open those little doors. I think the batteries are disconnected. Not sure if that's simulated or not, but we'll take a look. Yep, batteries are disconnected now. This is cool. So this plane often disconnect the batteries. Where's my mouse cursor? These planes can disconnect. Where's my mouse cursor? Hello? I can't get my mouse cursor back. Let's see. There we go. Mouse cursor is back now. So like I was saying, when these planes are parked for some period of time, they do disconnect the batteries in order to conserve the batteries. So you see that? Just connect one, and on the other side, well, close that door. That door's closed, and on the other side we'll have the other battery. So I have two batteries on board, and this is the APU, so we're just gonna connect this battery and connect the APU. And there's our little APU. Pretty cool that they actually do simulate this. I was wondering why I was pressing the... Well, I could just teleport that. Oh, hello. So, bus die is going to be closed as it should. We're going to set up the interior electrical system. And that's it. We are ready to start programming this flight. Now the INS will align itself on its own. So we're going to set up our weight and fuel. So we got cruise and stores. This has already been imported by Simbrief, except for the cargo, but I don't think we're going to be bothered with that. From the fuel on board sink, we're going to have 864 kilograms, which I believe is set up from the OFP. We need to confirm all this because we never know. There might be an issue loading the flight. So you just need to come to flight plan and observe what you got here as fuel. So block fuel will be 2,729. So that's not correct.
TOS system
So
test.
we're going to import fuel and payload. And now everything was going to be correct. So fob sync. There we go. So 2,729 kilograms of fuel, which is exactly what we got here. And as our payload, apparently we still have no cargo, but we do have 664 kilograms of passengers, so somebody ate a few too many cookies. This number here will never coincide exactly with the payload we got for some reason, but I would think that these extra 3 kilograms are, you just can come here and add them, and that's it. So takeoff, landing weight will be predicted while in flight. Now, flight plan options, we need to import the flight plan, so we need to come here to home. I believe it's utilities. Where was that? It's not in utilities. I think it's in charts. No, that's Navigraph charts. I'm almost sure there's a button here to import the flight plan. It's gotta be aircraft systems. Or utilities. This is the problem when you fly the same plane, the same systems in different planes. Simbrief, here we go. Load procedures, load airways, yeah, that's what I tried to do, but you decided not to load the flight plan. VNav is on. Alright, let's reload the flight plan, see if that solves something. Alright, reloaded. Still no flight plan here. My god, where is the flight plan? I'm pretty sure there's a button here to import Simbrief flight plan. So this is trip stats, not it. I think it was something like trip planning. Oh my. Oh, it's services, of course. Right? Yeah, that's services. So flight plan request, there it is. I knew it was something like that. So there you go, London City to Lisbon. You can also see my previous flights, which is pretty cool. Alright, now if we go to flight plan, it should be loaded, right? There it is. Alright, so we're expecting runway 09er, but we need to completely trust procedures, so we're going here to the... There's no... Alright, reload to ground. Let's go to DATs. This thing, it doesn't work correctly. Alright, so for now we're going to stick with this flight plan. This is the departure, so now we're going to set up the wind. The wind right now is 090 at 10. And the temperature is 29er, which is a lot for London, to be honest. Alright, no rats today. Takeoff config will be flaps 1, and takeoff data accept takeoff speeds. V1 is 102, VR is 107, V2 is 116, and VTFO
Flight 88
is
Charlie,
188.
taxi to stand for via Mike.
Taxi
Alright,
to
so
stand
now
for via Mike. Flight
we got
88
the
Charlie.
boring part of having to test all this. So stall warning, see the stick shaker activated.
Left engine fire. Right engine fire.
So the
Left
stick shaker
engine
is still
fire.
going from the stall warning
Right
test.
engine fire. Left engine fire. Right engine fire.
Diniz, tem que ligar os cabos. Tem mesmo.
Baggage fire. Baggage fire. Baggage fire.
Nice. Annunciator, so we just look at the lights, see if they all light up. They do. We can already turn on the wing inspection, back safety and seat belts. Arm this baby. This one is the anti-collision. Let's leave it off. Tail flood. All right. Traffic pass, overspeed test, and all these you can click on the next one except for these two. They need to, you cannot click on HF2 now because you will abort HF1 or any other test. You need to do these individually. It's funny that in the Embraer these tests are done before and they're not as exhaustive, so I think this is a little more complete in terms of testing. And then again, not all planes have all systems installed. Alright, pass. So initiation complete. We can accept it and we're ready to go. Now let's set up our flight for today. So we're parked right here on the very extreme far west of the airport. Apparently we're going to get runway 09er. And so we need to taxi all the way here, which isn't that far, via Tango and Alpha, but we'll confirm that in a moment. We'll leave that there. As for the flight plan, we are going to take off directly out of runway 09er and fly straight south. No big deal in there. And here we are. We're going to shift this to the Navigraph page. And that one will be weather, because we are going to get weather, but maybe not just now in London, but we are going to get weather. The weather looks okay-ish in London. Alright, good to go. Nav source OBN is going to set nav 1 and actually nav 1. Let's just leave this to nav 1 and this one nav 2. So these are auto-tuned VORs. Speed bugs are in. They're all on, not for landing but for departure. Good to go. We'll set this up during flight if needed. Alright, let's turn on our APU. So we're going to stick it on APU on. It's going to wait for this to turn on right here. Done. And before, no, we can start the APU now. Turn this anti-ice for the pitot and static line probes.
Fly 8466, taxi to stand 85 Mike.
Taxi to stand 85 Mike, fly 8466.
Alright, we got APU functional. So now the bus tie is open, we can turn off our external power. Let's actually remove it. And let's close the battery. I left the left one open. Alright, so now we can load the passengers. I believe they're already sitting on our cabin here. Here they are. So we are good. We can close the main door. Cabin secured. Get our charts here as well for our departure, which will be, we're going to need to call it in and request them.
City ground, Flexjet Alpha Zulu Tango, Cessna Citation Sovereign, ramp 16 request IFR clearance to Lisbon Airport, information Kilo.
Flex to Alpha Zulu Tango, City Ground, cleared to Lisbon via Soccer, 1 hotel departure, runway 09er, climb bias to 3000 feet, squawk 5730.
3,000
Cleared to
feet.
Lisbon via Soccer, 1 hotel departure, runway 09er, climb via to 3000 feet, squawk 5730, flex at Alpha Zulu Tango.
Flex at Alpha Zulu Tango, read back correct. Call me back when ready for start or taxi.
Roger that, flex jet Alpha Zulu Tango.
So it's ARM nav and VNav, also ARM flight level change. Yaw damper turn on. Alright, we're good to go. Autopilot is turned off, we're just arming stuff. So pitot static is on, it's flashing because you're on the ground, so it's just warning you that it's turned on. So we're good to go. We're going to request startup.
Flex jet Alpha Zulu Tango, at ramp 16 request engine start.
Flex at Alpha Zulu Tango, engine start approved, call when ready for taxi.
Wilco, startup approved, flex at Alpha Zulu Tango.
This is the strobe line. I hope that this is one of these are the nav lines. Yeah, one of these are the nav lines. Probably the recognition or the wing inspection. No, let's turn on the recog light. The lights are on. Anyway, we're good to start, so let's start our engines. So, start number 1. Here we go. Beautiful sounds. I think these are the best sounds right now in terms of business jets. FADEC system is automatically making the necessary adjustments. To start the engines is an automatic procedure.
Fly 8768, taxi to Stantry via Mike.
Taxi to Stantry via Mike, flyer 8768.
We also need to set our squawk. Squawk 5730. Amazing sound. Listen to that. Bus eyes closed again, so it only opens when necessary to distribute power. Alright. I'll turn off the pitot heat as well. Engines are stable. Start number 2.
City Ground, flyer 78 Papa Golf, Brian 90 with information kilo, gate 22 request IFR clearance to Edinburgh Airport.
Lots of
Fly 78 Papa
Embraers.
Golf, City
Sir,
Grand,
report.
cleared to Edinburgh via the Sex by 1 hotel departure, runway 09er, climb bias to 3000 feet, squawk 0455.
Cleared to Edinburgh via the Sax by 1 hotel departure, runway 09er, climb via 33,000 feet, squawk 0455, flyer 78 Papa Golf.
Fly 78 Papa Golf, read by correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Roger that, flyer 78 Papa Golf. Flyer 78 Papa Golf, gate 22 request pushback and engine start.
Fly 78 Papa Golf, City Ground, hold position for company traffic.
Hold position for traffic, flyer 78 Papa Golf.
Now remove the
Fly 78 Papa Golf,
GPU
City
tug.
Ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face west.
Pushback and engine start approved, face west, flyer 78 Papa Golf.
confirm we got parking brakes set. They are set and we can move the wheel chocks. No. Oh, this is the old school time. Wheel chocks, there we go. So we need to press the pedal brakes and then activate the brakes. Alright, looks good. We can now turn off our APU. We need don't even need to bleed the air. This is, I think, a bug, because it shouldn't start the engines without the bleeder, I think. But it did start. Alright, we're good to go. Let's request taxi.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, request taxi.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, taxi to holding point Alpha, runway 09 via Alpha.
Taxi to holding point Alpha, runway 09 via Alpha.
Pretty
FlexJet
straightforward.
Alpha Zulu Tango.
So let's just set
FlexJet
up
Alpha
our
Zulu Tango,
stabilizer
contact
trim.
City Tower 129.455, have a good evening.
Over to Tower 129.455, FlexJet Alpha Zulu
There we go.
Tango, bye bye.
So we were just handed over for the tower because we were so close to the runway. We're already being handed over. Alright, this is a problem. We need to turn off the yaw damper here. We are, whoa, what are you doing, buddy? Hey. What the heck is going on? So, I don't have... rudder. Why not? Let's see.
Fly
I
78 Papa
Sorry.
Golf, ready for departure, runway 09er.
Yes, I need to unlock my controls.
Fly
Now I have
78
everything
Papa
back.
Golf, number 2 for departure. Hold short of runway 09er.
My
Hold
bad.
short of runway 09er, fly 78 Papa Golf.
Right, we are not going to call tower yet. We're taxiing to the active, and I can see that there's a parking spot there occupied by trucks. And the buses in this airport seem a little aggressive. Right, there's an airplane holding there. We also have a hold there. Like I said, this is the Embraer Nation Airport.
Fly 78 Papa Golf City Tower, wind 090 degrees, 10 knots, runway 09er cleared for takeoff.
Runway 09er, cleared for takeoff, fly 78 Papa Golf.
Not a lot of room on this airport, let me tell you. Alright, let's call tower and tell them that we're ready to departure.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, holding short, runway 09er.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, number 2 for departure. Hold short of runway 09er.
Hold short of runway 09er, FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango.
Holding short. So...
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, runway 09er line up and wait.
Runway 09er, line up and wait, FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango.
In a moment, we need SoCal 1 Hotel.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango City Tower, wind 090 degrees, 10 knots, runway 09er cleared for takeoff. Caution wake turbulence.
Runway 09er cleared for takeoff, FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango.
Fly 78 Papa Golf, contact 10's departure 133.455.
Contact 10
Approaching
departure,
09.
133.455, fly 78 Papa Golf.
So we're clear for takeoff, no delay.
On runway 09.
Check. Here we go.
Auto throttle.
Check. Airspeed alive. V1, rotate. Positive rate, gear up.
33.455, flexed at Alpha Zulu Tango. Thames, flex at Alpha Zulu Tango,
Autopilot
passing
engaged.
1,600 feet, climbing to 3,000 feet.
Flex jet Alpha Zulu Tango, Thames departure, identified. Climb flight level 120.
Climb flight level 120, flexed at Alpha Zulu
120.
Tango.
The thing with these planes is that everything can happen pretty fast. So you have to really be careful with not exceeding stuff. When I say exceeding stuff, I mean like this. So plane just assumed that I wanted to hover at 3,000 while still maintaining my thrust to climb. Just to be careful looking at what this plane's doing. This is not just a smart autopilot system like you have on an Airbus or a Boeing. It can easily overwhelm it. So you see here it's trying to maintain 250 knots while climbing like a rocket at 8,000 feet per minute. If you don't want it, the airplane, well, let's go standard altitude. I didn't set up my altimeter, by the way. My bad. So it should be 1011, not that far, so it wasn't serious, but still. 1011 and 1011.
Flex jet Alpha Zulu Tango, contact London Control 118.475.
Center on 118.475, flexed at Alpha Zulu Tango.
Turn on our radar. Not that we are
London
expecting
Control,
weather
flexed
till
at Alpha
Lisbon,
Zulu
but
Tango,
still.
passing flight level 100, climbing to flight level 120, direct Soccer.
Fixed at Alpha Zulu Tango, London Control, identified. Climb flight level 250.
Climb flight level 250, flexed at Alpha Zulu
This is our
Tango.
initial climb.
Flight 93 Golf, contact London Control 118.775.
Contact London Control 118.775, fly 93 Golf.
Give me the recon light. Oh, this one, I forgot. The strobe lights. Again, if you don't want the plane to climb this fast because you might have some cabin altitude issues, and that's perfectly understandable, you can easily just go to manual climb, so just press vertical speed and just go slow. But this plane appears to be handling pressurization quite well, except I forgot to turn on the pitot heats. Cabin system is automatic, not unlike the Embraer. On the last flight we blew up the air conditioning because it's not automatic. You need to be careful to switch off your air conditioning when starting engines, which makes sense. You don't want to spike the APU. Actually, what makes the compressor fail is the opposite. It's suddenly out of power, and I believe that messes. There's a surge in the APU. Sorry, the air conditioning unit. I think that's what happens. You liking this flight so far, Betsy? I think she does.
London Control, red nose 3519,
So
flight
you're no
level
longer
390.
flying in the stuff. That's it.
London Control,
Go back
identified.
to our. Does this thing? Yeah, that does have our map here.
Tower 224, send via SAR to flight level 100.
This is the flight information. You're now flying southbound, and then we'll make a right-hand turn towards west and then Spain. Pretty straightforward flight, not much to think about. You just need to be careful with that step climb you want to perform. So we're going to back here to our flight. We are expected to climb to flight level 430 at Lima Yankee Delta. Let's take a look here. It's right next. It's the next waypoint. So after Eknev, we are going to fly to 430. At that altitude. So here is 250 as flagged. Nice, and then on flight level 430. Enter. There it is. To continue climb, but we need to request that climb, so we're gonna let the plane accelerate a little bit, and once we are closer to the next waypoint, actually we don't have much room to do that, so let's just contact level control. Oh my god, I forgot my call sign. Stand by. So we are FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango. Button control FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, request flight level 430.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, level flight is to the south and flight level 430 is not valid for this direction of flight.
Okay, southbound. Flight level 440.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango unable. Only have flight levels available at flight level 400. Please pick up flight level.
I did say 4000. Alright. We're overspeeding again. So let's turn off auto throttle for a moment. Auto control FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, request flight level 440. Did you emphasize the
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango unable.
I didn't say 400. Oh my god.
Flight level 400. Please pick up flight level.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango requests flight level 430. It isn't.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango.
Yes.
Confirm new altitude flight level 430.
Affirmative.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, roger, climb flight level 430.
Climb flight level 430, FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango.
Lufthansa 2 uniform, contact Brussels Control 125.0.
Center on 125.0, Lufthansa 2 uniform.
London Control, flight 78 Par Golf. Good evening, passing flight level 175, climbing to flight level 190.
Flight 78 Par Golf, London Control. Good evening, identified. Climb flight level 380.
Alright.
Climb flight level 380, flight 78 Par Golf.
So now we got it back to
3519,
auto throttle.
Altimeter 119.17.
So we can continue with the best climb rate. So the reason why it was overspeeding was that it was intending to continue climb because we pressed flight level change and we reached the altitude, and it was still adding thrust for the FMS speed. And the FMS speed, of course, it was intending to climb, and so we had an overspeed. So remember, this autopilot is not smart. It's just it does a great job if you manage it well. It does a great job to keep what you set it up to do, but don't expect it to make decisions for you at all. You need to make the decisions on yourself. On the other hand, the Airbuses, yeah, they do make some decisions for you, especially regarding performance, like flight envelope protection, which is handy. Some pilots would think it's removing your ability to fly, but I think performance is everything if you want to reach your destination without burning too much fuel. Andrew says hi, Betsy. You want to give Andrew your phone number? He's a nice guy, I know him personally. Are you even going to look at me today? I don't want that sun to damage your pretty eyes. Yeah. Sorry, Andrew. Not today. Right, next step climb will be in Ibnid 450.
8617 Charlie, contact London Control 118.775.
There it is. So we go set here.
Control 118.775. 8617 Charlie. Have a good evening.
86-9 Alpha Yankee, cleared red V1 Alpha arrival, runway 06.
Cleared red V1 Alpha arrival, runway 06.
That's going to happen after
Alpha Yankee.
Bitva.
86-9 Alpha Yankee, report ready for descent.
Ready for descent, Easy 69 Alpha Yankee.
Easy 69 Alpha Yankee, descend to flight level 230.
Descend to flight level 230, Easy 69 Alpha Yankee.
Alright, so after this one, between Bitva and Ibnid, we're going to request flight level 450. We're still climbing, so no rush.
Speedbird 376, contact Paris Control 119.825.
Contact Paris Control 119.825.
So, what does FNAV do
Bye-bye.
when in flight level change, FLC? It will try to keep the speed, so speed right now is 230 knots or something, in order to keep your best climb right now. But remember, as you climb, air gets thinner, so your performance can't be the same. You can't keep like 300 knots climbing at 2,000 feet per minute. It's just not possible. The engines are already at 101%, and as you can see, we are not climbing that fast. It's still an MCT, so it's maximum continuous thrust. It's just calculating for you the best climb rate according to that speed set. And then we're still losing altitude, losing airspeed, I mean. So the plane will start nosing down to compensate that. Of course, you can do this manually. You can just come up here, press VS, do this manually. But why? The plane is very competent at keeping what you wanted to do. Right now, it's trying to keep Mach 0.65. That's that little magenta triangle there. Yes, the airspeed will be reduced because, you know, air's thinner, but max speed is continuous, which is good. And it's crazy, as you climb, the engine sounds become quieter and quieter, which is crazy, but it is just like a real plane. The wind takes over, the wind sound on the fuselage takes over. But these planes, these business jet planes, they're designed to be as comfortable as possible and as quiet as possible. Of course, the smaller the plane is, the harder that is. But you'll notice that these planes have their engines mounted on the back of the plane. That's to reduce cabin noise. And of course, it's a little more efficient for smaller airfields. There's a lot of factors to set up your engines on the tail.
Contact Paris Control 126.475. Have a good evening.
Center on 126.475, speedbird 73.
This is not like the Citation X. The Citation X is a rocket climbing. This one, yeah, it struggles a little bit, but it's still fast. Just not to Citation X fast. You guys remember that Citation S flight X? We were flying at Mach 0.91. Mach 0.91. We were climbing at Mach 0.80, I think, or 75 or something like that. So it's crazy. It's 10 Mach, 0.1 Mach more than this plane climbing. And this guy will probably cruise at Mach 0.86, not much more than that, and the Citation X can get to Mach 0.92, almost the speed of sound. Very close to the speed of sound, actually. But you know, the Citation X is built for speed. It's not the biggest plane in the world, definitely not the biggest business jet out there. It's fast, but as far as I know, it's already been dethroned as the fastest one. It's already the second fastest. I believe the fastest is a global
Magic
jet.
56 Whiskey Victor. Contact Paris Control 126.475, good day.
Yeah, the cabin looks an awful lot like the Citation X. The shape of the cabin, even these side windows are the same. Only the main cockpit, the main panel isn't. So this is what it looks like at 40,000 feet.
Golf. Contact London Control.
Sky turns this deep blue.
5, good day.
Contact London
That's
Control
the moon right there.
118.775 Sky Golf.
Hello, moon. Looking pretty today. Don't ask me the phase of the moon, I don't know that. Sun's still shining. Passing flight level 400. How's the cabin looking? Everybody looks happy except for this guy. He looks dodgy. And this guy's got a man bun. It's never good, guys. Never trust a guy with a man bun. Ever. Probably a hipster. Hey, no offense if you got a man bun. I'm just joking. So you see now, we are at 190 knots indicated, but our max speed is still 0.65 as it is set up right here. So airspeed is not really relevant if you're flying at the stable max speed that you intended for your cruise. So we need to press this to keep that heading forward. Citation. Sorry, the Embraer has a feature. Once you press here, press the heading, it will load something here called automatic heading, and it will constantly update your heading towards the current nav heading. But this one apparently doesn't do that. We'll see once we start turning. So after BIDVA, we will request flight level 450, and hopefully
At Portugal 765,
this time he will understand me.
120.15, have a good evening.
Center on 120.15, Air Portugal 765.
So the Sovereign is a mix between the Citation X and the old school Citation jets. So from the wing to the nose, it's definitely the Citation X design. But from the wing to the back, it kind of looks like the Citation jets. Of course, the wing is unique. It's beautiful winglets. But the lower horizontal stabilizer is definitely a Citation jet all around. There's a very similar plane to this one. It's called oh my god, it's not the Sovereign. Well, there's a very similar plane from Cessna. Even the panel inside is a Garmin 5000, but the wing, the horizontal stabilizer is on the top. So it is available for Flight Simulator 2024. I already flew it once. It looks okay, but it is lacking in some aspects in terms of what's animated. So that's why I don't fly it. Oh my, what was that? I was looking to the side and coincidentally the plane also turned to the side. And I did something like this. That was cool. Alright. I'm just going to wait till we get the clearance to flight level 450 and then I will time accelerate. It's not a very big flight, but I want to get there as soon as we can.
986 Heavy, contact Paris Control 126.475.
Contact Paris Control 126.475, Turkish 1986 Heavy.
Let's close the curtain. Yeah, let's have a talk now. The curtain is closed. mad at me? Whoa! Oh, I'm sorry.
London Control,
that.
Alpine 82
Like a hat.
November, good evening, flight level 3901.
Oh my. Sorry about that, Betsy.
Alpine 820 November, London Control. Identified.
Map light, always handy. Alright, there we go. Let's request flight level 450. And I forgot my call sign again. FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, right? London Control, FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, request flight level 450. Need to articulate the words for it to understand me.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, unable flight is to the southwest and flight level 450 is not valid for this direction flight. Please pick a different altitude.
I'm sorry. What? Request flight level 440. Is it the number?
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, confirm new altitude 4,400 feet.
Negative. Flight level 440.
Rhino 1275, contact press control 120.15.
Centron 120.15, Rhino 1275.
London Control, FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, request flight level 440.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, unable.
I did not
Only on
say
flight level available above
400.
flight level 400. Please pick another flight level.
Alright, here we go. Flight level 440.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango,
No.
unable. Only
No.
on flight levels available above flight level 400. Please pick another flight level.
Flight level 440.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, unable.
Only on flight levels, alright.
Available above flight level 400. Please pick another flight level.
Flight level 450. How about that?
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, unable to flight is to the southwest and flight level 450 is not valid for this direction
my
flight.
God.
Please pick a different altitude.
430 is already, we're already at 430. 440 is not available. 450. 470 is just too high. So cancel flight level change. FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, roger. Altitude change request cancelled.
Yeah,
Alpine
we
820
can't really
November.
fly at
Contact
470. We're going to stick with
430.
430.
Center on 119
let's go
decimal
here.
825 Alpine 820 November, bye bye.
And we're good. Don't know why. Maybe I can choose after turning out of Ibnit. But our flight plan here does say 450 at Ibnit. So yeah. I wonder why. Maybe there's a ceiling here, or maybe beyond ATC just don't understand 450. But it was suggesting 470, which is, well, I think you can, well, I'm sure you can get there with the Citation X, but not with this one. Let me confirm that. I want to be sure about that before telling you stuff it's not true. So, Citation, I'm just writing on the internet, Sovereign plus ceiling. So that's the max altitude. Oh, it is 47,000 feet. Certified. So it means it can go higher than that. So can we go to the top certified airspeed or altitude? I mean, let's give it a shot. London Control, FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, request flight level 470. We'll probably not get there.
Flexjet Alpha Zulu Tango, Roger, climb flight level 470.
Now you
Climb flight
accept.
level 470,
You want to see me
Flexjet
crash
Alpha
and
Zulu
burn, don't you?
Tango.
ATC. Alright, there we go. Let's try it. This is the maximum ceiling altitude for this plane. Let's see what it does.
London Control
Certified.
465, flight level 331.
Eurowings 465, London Control identified.
So it does a good job trading airspeed with vertical speed. So as long as it keeps up with the airspeed it's reducing, it can climb really fast, but then it slows down. Really interesting the way it does it. Well, not it. Sorry, it's a thing, not a person. And look at that, just like that, we climb really, really fast. We're already 1,000 to go. How about that? By the way, let's get the safety and the seatbelt signs off on the back. It's crazy, this plane doesn't have a no smoking sign. That means the guys that back there can smoke ciggies. Or stogies. Probably stogies. These are rich people. And I think this is the highest I've ever been on a commercial plane. I flew a lot higher than this on those crazy
Control,
planes.
Camping Golf November, flight level 180.
That one from Top Gun, I definitely flew at 60 or 70,000 feet, something like that. But on a commercial flight, I'm beating a record for myself here. And look at that, very slowly climbing.
Identified.
You don't want to lose too much airspeed. You don't have enough thrust at this altitude. The air is so thin. You could go 100% and get no more thrust than what you
Descent to
have.
4,000 feet, Camping Golf November.
Besides, we have some nasty nose wind. Oh, actually, it's a little tailwind right now. Only 2 knots at this altitude, though. You know what? I want to change that. I think you can change the wind data position. Where could that be? Dual Q. Arrow wind option 1. Its coefficient. Let's leave it on. Option 2 is direction. Option 3. Let's leave it at option 3. It is better. So we got a slight tailwind, not much, but here we are. A new record for me. Flight level 470. I don't think you have a lot of planes that can do this. Amazing. So we are at the maximum certified altitude for this plane, which is quite a testament for Skyward Sim to be able to simulate the plane to reach this altitude. So that means that they studied their charts and they are depicting the plane correctly. Good job. Amazing. I was skeptical. I thought the plane would reach like 45 and start struggling. But no, look at that. We can get 470. No problem. And here the plane is actually accelerating. Not fast, but it is accelerating. VNAV is calculating Mach 0.69. So, not even Mach 0.70. I think it's the altitude, which is just so high. The air is thinner.
60 X-ray flight level 370.
Witness 60
Nice.
X-ray, London
Very
Control identified.
So let's prep our landing at Lisbon here. So we go to our routing. We're expecting, as I said, runway 20, so not as spectacular as 03. I'm sorry about that. It's just a dominant winds. We're going to do that via ZMAX 3 Bravo. So let's prep that, even though it can change. So we are going to ILS runway 20. So before that, ZMAX 3 Bravo is already loaded in for runway 20, that's correct. Now let's go for the approach itself, ILS 20. We're going to come here to the charts, arrival. Sorry, we need to change the airport here to Lisbon. Now let's go for the arrival, and we are expecting say Max 3 Bravo right here, pin it, and there we are. So it's that funky approach that we need to come through this lane here.
Descend 5
Shoreline,
to 3,000 feet, camping Delta
then
November.
south, then the half banana, and then turn back into Cocoon, upcat, and approach. After that, our approach to runway 20 ILS, which I don't think it's going to be Cat 2, but let's spin it anyway. So Cat 1, our decision height for this type of airplane is, so this is the Cat 2 and 3 and 1, the normal standard. So for this plane, we're expecting a 547 decision height. So let's set our MDA 547, yes, I was right. 547. There it is our minimums. ILS frequency for ILB, it's 109.5. Transition via upcat. No.
Flexjet Alpha Zulu Tango. Contact press control
Let's just preview this.
120.15.
Center on 120.15,
So yeah, just
Flexjet
through
Alpha Zulu
upcat
Tango.
direct to the approach. That's correct.
Thrust
Load.
control, Flexjet Alpha Zulu Tango.
Not a flute
Good
for
evening,
GPS,
flight level
that's okay.
470.
Flexjet Alpha Zulu Tango. Breath control identified.
Look at that. Look at the deep blue of the sky at this altitude. We're touching the outer atmosphere of Earth. Just touching, not passing. This isn't SpaceX. I'm always wondering why no one makes the SpaceX flight smooth. Well, I know why. It's not going anywhere. It's not like it can go to the moon, but still. It would be cool to take off and then navigate those rockets down to Earth with the land vertical. You can even make it a challenge. Hey, I'm giving ideas. If you guys want to do that, just some of those royalties if you can do that. Just do that.
Ryanair 1275, contact breath control 124.725.
Contact breath control 124.725, Ryanair 1275. Have a good evening.
That's France.
Viewing 59 Victor Bravo, good evening.
Entering the Gulf of Biscaya.
Viewing 59 Victor Bravo, breath control identified.
Oh no, not yet. Gulf of Biscaya. So it is France, but the Gulf of Biscaya is after Brest, and Brest is up 12 o'clock. Yeah, I thought that was too fast. Still, here we are. So let me check the cameras here for a moment. You guys know that sometimes I just check my cameras. I just turn this to cinematics. The overhead is belly cam, of course, where we will see the landing gear extend. Hopefully I remember to show it to you guys. Back to the pilot seat. There it is. And now let's go.
Ryanair
can
3 Charlie
activate our
Quebec,
time
good evening.
compression.
Flight level 371.
So here we go.
Ryanair 3 Charlie Quebec,
4
bridge
times
control
time compression.
identified.
So we can go a lot faster now. As the plane gets lighter, notice that our max speed, or indicated airspeed and max speed, will increase as well. That's because the plane is getting lighter, and so it can fly a little faster. Actually, it's reducing speed now. It will oscillate as the plane loses weight. Texture looks a little broken. I don't know what happened. It was good when I first reviewed this plane. Maybe it's the shadow effect. Look at that. That's Mach 3.5 or something like that. Let's get this back to the route page. Good. So when we're accelerating time, these cameras will skip. Oh, hold on. External lights on. Oh, it's the recon lights. Like I was saying, when time is compressed, these cameras will switch a little faster sometimes. It's a known issue. So this one is taking its own time, but then the others can switch pretty quick. That's because time is accelerated. Apologies.
Alpha Zulu Tango, contact with control 124.725.
Center on 124.725, flight deck Alpha Zulu Tango, good day. Lost control, flight to Alpha Zulu Tango, flight level 470.
Flight Alpha Zulu Tango, ground control identified.
Alpha 118 Whiskey Golf, good evening, flight level 390.
Alpine 183 takeoff, rep control identified.
Reaching the coast of Spain, northern Spain. We are accelerating time right now. How you doing, Draxi? Did you watch the Portuguese World Cup game? Portugal won 5-0 to Uzbekistan, I think. Yeah, it was Uzbekistan. I don't know if you follow football. Yes, I said football, let's see, not soccer. So let's visit the cabin while we're at it. We're not doing much right now. Betsy, visit our passengers. No? Not as fancy as the Embraer cabin, but at least, hey, look at this. We got flights following. Nice. The map does, oh, there it is. The map does draw. Nice. So this wasn't working last time. Can we play music? Yeah, Lead Me On by Stern. Probably copyrighted. Let's not do that. You can actually text. No medium to play. Lights, shades, temperature. prior. Scene, so we're passing by Nantes. It's going to show some pictures of Nantes, Praga, Porto, Zaragoza, Madrid. Yeah, nice. So let's put it back on my trip here. Yeah. So I would trust a man with the man bun. Yeah. You too, sir. And you, sir. What is this, man bun club? Wait a minute. Are you twins? Wait a minute. You guys are family? Dad, uncle, and son? Not you, sir. You're okay. Being bald is okay. I'm gonna stop here for a little me time, if you know what I mean. Just pressing the button. Here is the contraband. No, I'm kidding. It's just a luggage compartment. You can actually open these. I think this is a water supply, or, well, it is a supply of something, some liquid. And this is the little plane here. It's not a Sovereign. It looks like a Citation jet. Or is it a Sovereign? Probably the first.
Flexjet Alpha Zulu Tango, contact Madrid
Looks
Center
tiny.
118.275.
Contact Madrid
Can't do
Centre
much, just
118.275,
press
flex
on
to
it.
Alpha Zulu Tango. Madrid Centre, flex to Alpha Zulu Tango, flight level
So we're
470.
entering Madrid Center. Now, so what is this bag?
Flexjet Alpha Zulu Tango Madrid Center identified.
It's weird. What is this? Weird bag. This is a cargo compartment, currently empty. You can't enter it through the cabin, it just clipped through. Right, so, okay. Can we open this door? Thank you. Thought I was going to be locked in the loop. Back to the cabin. Someone needs to fly the plane, right? Right? Nice. Robes. They know people wear robes on planes, but okay. I know that in Emirates they got that first class cabin with the shower and all that. Yeah, Portugal won England versus Ghana. That's probably why Andrew isn't watching. He's probably watching football. This brightness here a little bit. Don't mind if I do. I'll reduce the brightness on yours too, Betsy, because I'm a good guy. Alright, better. I like mine a little darker, if you know what I mean. Just like my coffee. These buttons still won't work, which is a shame, because these are shortcuts for our flight plan here, so these correspond. So this button corresponds to this one corresponds to Prague right here. So these correspond to the navigation map as well as range and all that. So don't know why they didn't model this. I guess it's a redundancy, I know, but it would still be good to be modeled.
Altimeter setting.
Whoop. Oh,
Lufthansa 48 X-ray cleared in Bok to Alpha arrival
I
runway
pressed the
02.
button accident.
Cleared in Bok to Alpha arrival runway 02 Lufthansa 48 X-ray.
So where's our top of
Romeo
climb?
Bravo, descend to
Sorry,
5,000
top of
feet, QNH 1014. Descend to 5,000 feet,
Right there,
QNH
after
1014,
a
Unit
loop.
3 Romeo Bravo.
So after this point here, we'll probably get our approach clearance. By the way, this plane does have data link, and you can request CPDLC. So let's try that LPPT, and let's log on. probably too far. You can actually log on to Spanish. Let's see. Which center? LECM, so LECM. This wasn't working last time, but let's try. Log on. Probably not working with me on ATC.
Easy 5744, contact rest control
Probably only works with
124.725.
copy.
Contact breast control
But you can request
725 easy 5744.
pre-departure clearance. I've done that. Today I requested via radio, but you can request it over this system here. CPDLC, of course, will allow you to contact the station and request several things like flight level change, stuff like that, without having to struggle with dictating that to the ATC like I was. So this is something that I'm noticing the plane is struggling a little bit. You can look at the auto throttle.
Metro Center, Alpine 59 Foxtrot Mike, flight level 350.
The plane will go forward and
Alpine
the
59
throttle will
Foxtrot
go
Mike,
forward
Metro
and back.
Center, identify.
Like the plane is struggling to keep up. Probably something Skyward needs to look into. Same with these non-functional buttons. Same with CPDLC, apparently not working with Beyond ATC. Not sure what happened there.
Madrid Center, easy 2347.
And as you can see, we're
level
almost there.
390.
So we're about to reach Portuguese airspace.
Easy 2347, Madrid
And after
Center,
that, we'll probably
identified.
get our clearance. And this is the half banana I was talking about.
6368, descend via start to 5,500 feet, QNH 1015.
Descend via start to 5,500 feet, QNH 1015, Ulink 6368.
Lufthansa 48 X-ray, report ready for descent.
Ready for descent, Lufthansa 48 X-ray.
Lufthansa 48 X-ray, descend to flight level 290.
Descent to flight level 290, Lufthansa 48 X-ray.
We're gonna wait for our clearance. Welcome back, Andrew. We're in Spanish airspace, about to enter Portuguese airspace, so not long now. We are 2/3 of the flight in, 1/3 to go. We time accelerated that a little bit, was good to get us closer to our destination. This isn't a long flight, not by all means, but it's about 3 hours, less than 3 hours. But yeah, it does require a little patience, especially if there are winds, and we do have winds, and currently we got a little nose wind at 6 knots.
Fueling 3 Romeo Bravo, descend via start to 5,000 feet, QNH 1014.
So we were looking at the weather farms
QNH
before we started the flight,
Romeo Bravo.
and it was marked 60
Fueling 2
knots
Romeo
at this
Delta, descend via
altitude, so
start to
I'm
5,500
glad
feet, QNH
that we did get
1015.
these.
Descend via start to 5,500 feet, QNH 1015,
That or
fueling 2 Romeo Delta.
My weather injector died. Let me check.
Flexjet Alpha Zulu Tango, contact Lisbon
it's still
Center
alive.
119.55, have a good evening.
Contact Lisbon Center 119.55,
We're about to
Flexjet Alpha
enter
Zulu
some
Tango.
cloudy areas.
Lisbon Center, Flexjet Alpha Zulu Tango, flight level 470.
We're in Lisbon Center now.
Flexjet Alpha Zulu Tango, Lisbon Center, identified.
So we're flying over Bragança, very north of Portugal. So why am I going to Lisbon?
7319, contact Madrid
I
Center
may or may not.
118.275.
I may have a little surprise for the next flight. Now, don't expect much, it's just a plane. But yeah, I think I managed to get one plane for the next flight. We'll see. If I do manage to get it, and when I say manage to get it, I'm trying to be as vague as I could possibly be, because if I say which plane it is, it's no longer a surprise. If I give you a hint, you will find out what it is right away. But I am going to get a special plane next, I hope. So, you know how these things go. Sometimes I'm planning stuff and it doesn't happen, so I prefer not to call the shots before it happens, because I might promise something and then it doesn't happen for some reason, or I have to cancel the stream for some personal reason. So I prefer to keep it on the wraps until I can 100% be sure I can fly it next. So here's the gist of it. So it's either a new plane for me, I'm not saying it's a new plane released, it's a new plane for me, or it's a comeback. For those that follow the channel, it's probably easy to say which comeback it could be, but I still gonna leave it in the open. I don't want to jinx it, you know. I don't want to say, hey, it's this one, and then when I get to the point of flying it doesn't work again. Or it could be a new plane, it's not released yet, or I may not released, not about to be released, or it's a new plane I'm intending to buy and can't or won't, or something happened, you know. So if all things go right, the next flight out of Lisbon will be a very special flight, and depending on the plane I get, either the new plane I intend to purchase or not, or the comeback that may happen or not, depending on which plane I pick, or I get to pick, then the destination will be different. I can tell you that in one of them it's Madeira. So, trying to give you as much hints as I can possibly can. That's not even a phrase.
Skyrunner 5021, descend via start to 4,000 feet, QNH 1012.
Descend via start to 4,000 feet, QNH 1012,
I kind of like this call sign, Skyward.
5021.
So we're approaching our top of descent and we still didn't get our clearance. It's right there. Right there, TOD, you can barely see it. There it is, TOD. We're getting very close to it, 40 nautical miles, less than that. Give us our clearance, ATC. We're probably going to get our star, our pre-brief star for runway 20. There's not going to be much changed, unless the winds change.
Portugal 783, contact Lisbon arrival 125.13.
Contact Lisbon arrival 125.13, Air Portugal 783.
Oh no, runway 02, it changed. It did change. So the winds have changed because, yeah, it's
Flexjet Alpha Zulu Tango, cleared Zamex 2 Alpha, arrival runway 02.
Zamex 2 Alpha.
Cleared Zamex 2 Alpha arrival, runway 02, Flexjet Alpha Zulu Tango.
Nice, it did change for runway 20. Load it in. So let's zoom out to make sure nothing's broken. this is not like the Airbus FMC or SCDU. So, getting close to Lisbon now. Let's go ready for descent.
Flexjet Alpha Zulu Tango, approaching our top of descent, ready for descent.
Flexjet Alpha Zulu Tango, descent to flight level 250.
250.
Descent to flight level 250, Flexjet Alpha Zulu Tango.
Ryanair 7801, descent via start to 4,000 feet, QNH 1012.
Descend via start to 4,000 feet, QNH 1012, Ryanair 7801.
Alright, 250. Now there's two choices. You can either expect the VNAV to hit the TOD, top of descent, and will only descend after it reaches TOD, or if you want to start descending sooner, you press VS and you go like 1,000 feet. On descent rate, control, descent rate. Let's get our passenger safety light on and seatbelts on. The reason why the cabin doesn't illuminate on its own is because, well, we don't have any control for the cabin lights up front except for the cabin and the passenger safety. We can only control the cockpit lights here. So what happens is now we are descending at 1,000 feet based on the VS, but as soon as we reach the TOD, we'll intercept the VNAV, and so that's when VNAV will kick in.
Lufthansa 48 X-ray Lisbon Center, identify. Ryanair 7801, contact Madrid Center 118.275.
Center on 118.275, Ryanair 7801.
As you can see, the weather is cloudy. Much more cloudy than we had at London. So we are going to get the scenic tour to approach runway 02, fortunately. When we departed London, the winds were favoring runway 20, which isn't that much of a scenic approach. Runway 02 is. So we are descending right now because we're so up there, flight level 470.
Air Portugal 555, contact Lisbon arrival 125.13.
Contact Lisbon arrival 125.13, Air Portugal 555.
Beautiful sunset.
Air Nostrum 73 Juliet Alpha, contact Madrid Center 118.275.
That's Portugal. We had an air show in Portugal this weekend called Air Invictus. Basically, just like Red Bull Air Race 44. It was just planes in aerobatics, just like Red Bull, just in an air race. But there was some race stations. Helicopters. It's passing around. I wanted to go, but at the same time I didn't want to go through the heat. It was very hot this winter. I can only imagine people up there roasting.
Contact
Airport approach 120.091 Skyliner 5021.
Skyward, that's the DHL
descend by a start at 3,000 feet, QNH 1012.
Julian Airbus
Empire started 3,000 feet, QNH 1012, Ryanair 9498.
What camera is this? That's not... That little light on the fuselage, that's the moon. That's the moon. Radio now. It's shaking. Let's bring up that chart. Split. And now we're going to get the correct amount of charto, which is going to be the Zmax. That's the 1 Charlie, 1 and 1 Alpha. Two Alpha, actually. There's no 2 Alpha. Oh, this is London City. Let's go to Lisbon. Zmax 2 Alpha. Here we are.
Lisbon Center, Easy 96 Bravo Delta, flight level 350.
Easy 96 Bravo Delta, Lisbon Center identified.
1 to arrival. Zmax 2 Alpha, RNAV. This is the one, and now this one is not. This one is not. Approach ILS 02. Cat 2 302 probably not going to be used. So the minimums will change to 530. Need to change that. Performance, landing data. 2, weather. Let's set up the weather. So it's going to be, this is all messed up, 320 at 5. And temperature is going to be 24. QNH 1012. Done, 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 accept. Now let's go procedures. Okay. Where's the minimums? So it's not on flight plan, it's not on procedures. It's not on checklists. Where is that? Transition is 5,000, it's good to know. So where is the minimums? Flap speeds. Okay. Let me think. It's not on aircraft systems. It's not on utilities. Oh yes it is. So it is 530. Weird place to place this, to be honest. Alright, now it's done. Error reference is 530 as it should be. And now we remove the charts. Alright, here we go. We're back. There's a little plane there. The plane. So, in case of missed approach, straight ahead to flight level 00060, contact approach. So, just in case we missed the approach. Pretty straightforward, light slope 3 degrees down. We are going to set up at 4,000 feet for the descent at PSAX, and then our course is 025 towards the runaway.
Flagship Alpha Zulu Tango, descent flight level 080.
Descend flight level 080, flex to Alpha
So
Zulu
let's go down to
Tango.
080. We are following VNAV now.
Descend via start to 4,000 feet, QNH 1012.
Descend via start to 4,000 feet, QNH 1012, Air Portugal 21 Mike Mike.
Alright, 080. And let's set our runway course for. Well, then we don't need to do that on this
level
place.
110, climbing to flight level 140, direct PT751. Flagship Alpha Zulu Tango, descend via start to 4,000 feet, QNH 1012.
Descend by start to 4,000 feet, QNH 1012, flex to
Yeah,
Alpha
too
Zulu
soon to get
Tango.
us clearance to 4,000, but okay.
Portugal 36 Romeo Charlie, Lisbon
But
Center.
we are cleared according to the stars, so that's what it says.
Climb flight level 290.
Send via stars, so we can't overshoot these limitations here. So, yeah. So we're good to go here. I'm just trying to zoom in this a little bit. Here we are. Can be a little confusing following a chart that's north up, but our map here is nose up, so we are flying inverted here. Or if you want, we're flying north to south here, and we're flying the same, but we're looking at the south now, so it can be a little confusing at times. But as long as both planes are in the lines, you'll be okay. If we find it too confusing, just remove one of them. I suggest removing the chart, of course, because you can have it on the EFB here. So the plane's reducing speed to 250 knots. That's the first limitation we have here. So at Zmax you should only be at 280 knots and more or less below flight level 290, and then as you go forward the speed continues to be limited to 250 knots regardless of altitude, preferably below 2,900 feet as you descend out of Zmax. Then the speed reduces to 230 knots. Then once we reach Masuk it will be reduced to 220 all the way around the half banana, or yeah, it's a full banana. I say it's half banana because it's not even a full semicircle. It's not half a circle, but still, yeah. And it will remain at 220 knots all the way around, flight level 080. Notice that you have a blue line above and below. That means you have to be at this altitude, whereas at Zmax, there's only a blue line above it, which means you need to be below this altitude. A little different symbology here. So this is at FL080. If there was a line below, you should be above that altitude. A line above it, you should be below that altitude. Just straightforward. nothing like a Cessna. It's like one of those cartoon airplanes, isn't it? It's pretty cool. What about this one? Is this the citation they painted here? No, it's just plain emoji. Can we reduce this brightness thing? Audio. It's a little too bright, isn't it? Could just be me. Maybe it's hidden somewhere that just can't see it. It's definitely not it, because this is plain stuff. Some pads have like
Ryanair 9498,
brightness
contact
control
tower
around,
approach
not this one.
119.405.
We need to check. It's a little too bright for me.
119.405, Ryanair
You can see that the
9498.
plane's glowing actually. I'd like to
Portugal
reduce
36
that
Romeo
intensity.
Charlie, cleared able 6 Charlie arrival runway 35. Cleared able 6 Charlie arrival runway 35, Portugal 36 Romeo Charlie.
Portugal. It's not even saying Portugalia, and it's not Portugalia, it's Air Portugal. Portugalia no longer has its own call sign. It was acquired by TAP, and they lost their... So they're called like a virtual airline, so they operate under TAP Express, so they no longer exist as a singular airline, but they do manage TAP Express as their own. So it's a conundrum, but it's not Portugalia or Portugal, whatever the ATC said. Bionic ATC dictation is sometimes very poor. They do request the help of the users, but I did tell them that there's no such thing as Portugalia anymore, and so far it's still there. So, Lisbon is very cloudy, as you can see. We actually had thunderstorms this today.
Lufthansa 48 X-ray, reduce speed 180 knots.
Reduce speed 180 knots, Lufthansa 48 X-ray.
So that's still not Lisbon up ahead. Lisbon is way beyond that. So we're actually beneath these clouds here. This is River Tejo, Tagus. Let's go outside. So it appears that service pack 5B, which is the next patch for Flight Simulator 2024, will actually improve the night planning. I don't know, I kind of like this night planning, it's good, but apparently it will be improving further. I'm not sure what they're going to do, but yeah, I'm up for it. Anything for realism, I just hope they don't mess this up, because it's very good. I love it so much. I mean, yeah, the roads are a little bit too bright, especially in the rural areas. The roads aren't that bright. Road lighting is probably in some roads there's not even a single road light. I know that because I live in an area where some roads don't have road night lights.
Flight level 140, climbing to flight level 170.
And in FS, yesterday we were flying over the desert out of Dubai, and you can see at night
Flight level 250,
roads illuminated like they were highways in downtown New York. That doesn't make sense because it's the desert. Why the hell are you gonna get the power to those roads? Hey, maybe it's possible in Dubai. United Arab Emirates, they build cities where there are no cities. It's quite possible. Yeah, service back
Portugal
5
Mike, contact Lisbon arrival 125
is due for a long time.
Contact Lisbon arrival 125
They are encountering some issues apparently. I think it's related to the console versions. It's always the consoles, guys. Hands up, who else thinks bringing FS to the consoles was a bad idea? Maybe they should have developed like a flight simulator console edition, separate, but they've been selling as many add-ons. Companies like deluxe and others. These guys from Skyward and FS Reborn, they rely on the Microsoft Marketplace. So imagine if their planes could be sold on consoles, because there goes a half of the audience, I would say. Even for people that don't really know how to fly this plane correctly. I mean, if you're playing Flight Simulator on a console, you're probably not very interested in study level aircraft. Hey, as long as there's a market for it, everybody wants to be there, sure. I cannot even imagine landing a Boeing 747 using the FMC and MCP and all that on the console. There's not even a controller with enough buttons for all the stuff that you need to activate. Then using a gamepad. A lot of stuff here is controlled by the mouse click.
Lufthansa 48 X-ray, maintain 190 knots.
Maintain 190 knots, Lufthansa 48 X-ray.
There's Lisbon. You can almost see that before the camera changed. Right there. There is your upper left screen. You see it right above now. There's Lisbon. Upper left screen.
Lufthansa 48 X-ray, reduce speed 180 knots.
Reduce speed 180 knots, Lufthansa 48 X-ray.
Lufthansa 48 X-ray, reduce speed 190 knots.
Reduce speed 190 knots, Lufthansa 48 X-ray.
Lufthansa is doing it faster.
79 Echo Mike, contact Madrid Center 118.275.
Contact Madrid Center 118.275, using 79 Echo Mike.
Lufthansa 48 X-ray, resume normal speed.
Resume normal speed, Lufthansa 48 X-ray.
Lufthansa 48 X-ray, reduce speed 200 knots.
Reduce speed 200 knots, Lufthansa 48 X-ray.
Weather isn't that good in Lisbon, that's for sure.
Lufthansa 48 X-ray, reduce speed 190 knots.
Reduce speed 190 knots, Lufthansa 48 X-ray.
Good guy. Or Lufthansa. That sometimes happens with me as well. It's not today. It's reduce my speeds to 180, 190, 180, 190, 180, 190.
Lufthansa 48 X-ray, reduce speed 180 knots.
Reduce speed 180 knots, Lufthansa 48 X-ray.
It's probably trying to separate the flight ahead, so it's telling it to reduce speed all over. But still, it's difficult. Especially when it takes your comms out. It's bugging out. Put that out of the way. And it is bugging out.
Lufthansa 48 X-ray, reduce speed 190 knots.
Reduce speed 190 knots, Lufthansa 48 X-ray.
So instead of saying increase speed from 0180 to 1900,
Alpine 59 Foxtrot
keeps telling you to decrease and decrease and decrease and decrease.
To Alpha arrival
The
runway
plane's
02
probably already
Alpine
at that
59
speed
Foxtrot
anyway.
Mike.
Particular 36 Romeo Charlie, report ready for descent. Ready for descent, particular 36 Romeo Charlie. Particular 36 Romeo Charlie, descend to flight level 110. Descend to flight level 110, particular 36 Romeo Charlie. Lufthansa 48 X-ray, resume normal speed.
Resume normal speed. Lufthansa 48
Finally,
X-ray.
poor guys at Lufthansa.
Lufthansa 48 X-ray, reduce speed 190 knots.
Reduce speed 190 knots. Lufthansa 48
I would just
X-ray.
go on the comms and say, leave me alone, man. I'm not going to do anything you ask me to do anymore.
Lufthansa 48 X-ray, resume normal speed.
Resume normal speed. Lufthansa 48 X-ray.
Lufthansa 48 X-ray, reduce speed 190 knots.
Reduce speed 190 knots. Lufthansa 48 X-ray.
Welcome to Beyond ETC glitching with the AI.
Lufthansa 48 X-ray, reduce speed 200 knots.
Reduce speed 200 knots. Lufthansa 48 X-ray.
We're about to turn out
Lufthansa
of
48
native.
X-ray, contact Lisbon arrival 125.13.
Contact Lisbon arrival 125.13. Lufthansa 48 X-ray.
So this Lufthansa appears to be in front of us. So I'm not sure how valid it would be if we go direct to Nevert out of Arnhem like we usually do on our approaches. 'Cause I don't want to cut him off.
Particular 36 Romeo Charlie, cross-able at or above flight level 110, then descend to 6,000 feet, QNH 1012. Cross-able at or above flight level 110, then descend to 6,000 feet, QNH 1012, particular 36 Romeo Charlie. Bravo Delta, clear Devil 1 Alpha, arrival runway 28.
Clear Devil 1 Alpha, arrival runway 28, EC 96 Bravo Delta.
Runway 28 is probably Faro. Yeah, it's definitely Faro or some obscure aerodrome. I'm not
Flex
sure.
at Alpha Zulu Tango, contact Lisbon arrival 125.13.
Contact Lisbon arrival 125.13, flexed at Alpha Zulu Tango. Lisbon arrival, flexed at Alpha Zulu Tango, passing flight level 105, descending to 4,000 feet with information hotel.
Flexed at Alpha Zulu Tango, Lisbon arrival, QNH 1012,
Let's
expect
update
the
the weather.
ILS approach runway 02.
QNH 1012, expect the ILS approach runway 02, flexed at Alpha Zulu Tango.
So it's going to be 320.7 now. And then temperature is 23. QNH 1012 set. Looking good. Because every plane that's going to land at Lisbon needs to follow this procedure. There is another plane here on Nevad. I don't know, let's see what we can get to. I'm definitely going to continue descending to 8,000 feet, so we'll probably only reach 8,000 here at Ernell. We're very close there though. There's Lisbon. One of the things you'll notice with these business jets that the windows are very small compared to airliners.
Maintain 3,000 feet until established. Cleared ILS approach runway 02 Air France 23 Charlie Papa.
So now while we're at it, I want to taxi can't see it, but I just picked 705. So let's see if we can get it. Right, so now as we pass Ernell, I'm going to request direct to Nevad. Because they never understand what I say, requested through here, direct to
Air France 23 Charlie Papa, contact Lisbon Tower 118.105.
Over to Tower 118.105, Air France 23 Charlie Papa.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, request direct to fix.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, Roger, say 6 name.
So I always say Nevad, but I think it's Nevad. It's something like that. Ernell, P6, Relco, Nevad.
Request direct to Nevad, FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, confirm direct to Nevad.
Affirm FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, Roger, cleared direct to Nevad.
Cleared direct to Nevad, FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, clear direct Passex, cross Passex at or above 4,000 feet, cleared ILS approach runway 02.
Cleared direct Passex, cross Passex at or above 4,000 feet, cleared ILS approach runway 02, FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango.
Air Portugal 21 Mike, maintain 3,000 feet until established. Cleared ILS approach runway 02.
Maintain 3,000 feet until established. Cleared ILS approach runway 02. Air Portugal 21 Mike.
No rush. Going in P6, so we don't want to rush things by overtaking that plane, otherwise we might go around, because the ATC can't really manage traffic separation that well.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, reduce speed 170 knots.
Reduce speed 170 knots, FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango.
Yeah, we're going to stay at 180. Speed check flaps 1. allowing me to reduce speed to separate myself from that plane approaching, which is good. So there's the runway, we're very offset. So that's why we need to transition via P6, because that's right on the runway center line. And then we can activate ILS.
Portugal 21 Mike, contact Lisbon Tower 118.105.
Over to Tower 118.105,
Make a
Air
right-hand
Portugal
turn
21
at any
Mike,
moment.
bye-bye.
There we go. 1,000 to go. That's perfect for ILS altitude, which is 4,000 feet. As it is right there, 4,000 feet. Then turn left heading 025 for the final approach heading. There's a holding here at P6 in case we require it. It's not active. Can actually remove that. So we don't get distracted by it. Approach mode.
Flex at Alpha Zulu Tango minimum approach speed.
Minimum approach speed, flexed at Alpha Zulu Tango.
Must be check flaps too. Plane will automatically engage the V speeds, and VNAV will reduce to our VAP. But the plane wasn't too keen on establishing
Flex
the lights.
Alpha Zulu Tango, contact Lisbon Tower
Get down.
118.105.
Contact Tower 118.105, flexed at Alpha Zulu Tango. Lisbon Tower, flexed at Alpha Zulu Tango, ALS approach runway 02.
Flex at Alpha Zulu Tango, Lisbon Tower, continue.
Roger, flexed at Alpha Zulu Tango.
Come on, give me that glide path. Same thing happened to me last flight. It just doesn't intercept the glide slope for some reason. Flaps 30, flaps 3 I mean.
Portugal 1695, ready for departure, runway 02.
Portugal 1695, hold short of runway 02, arriving traffic.
Hold short of runway 02, Portugal
Way too high.
1695.
Don't know why it doesn't intercept glide slope. It's a real shame. I know you should intercept glide path below it, but it's not the first time I fly this plane and it does skip the glide path.
Portugal 1695, runway 02, line up and wait.
Runway 02, line up and wait, Portugal 1695.
Intercepted.
Air Portugal 21 Mike, exit right at uniform 5.
Exit right at uniform 5, Air Portugal 21 Mike.
Portugal 21 Mike, monitor ground 121.755, bye-bye.
Ground 121.755, Air Portugal 21 Mike.
Come on, give me clearance.
Approaching 0, 2.
Confirmed. So this guy is very touchy with the glide path. I need to really intercept it from below, or he will miss it entirely. It's no big deal, but we did have to make a very steep descent to get it.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, go around. Fly runway centerline, maintain 3,000 feet.
Going around. Fly runway centerline, maintain 3,000 feet, flex to Alpha Zulu Tango.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, contact Lisbon arrival 125.13.
Contact Lisbon arrival 125.13, flex to Alpha Zulu Tango. Talk to you in a minute. Lisbon arrival, flex to Alpha Zulu Tango. Good evening, 500 feet.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, welcome back. Continue.
Continue, flexed at Alpha Zulu Tango.
I know.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Flaps
Landing gear.
1.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Traffic. 12 o'clock. Low.
Oh my, look at that. They give us a go around right next to another plane. Yeah, beyond ATC is not bright. We need some vectors now.
All aircraft be advised, information, India now current QNH1012.
Come on, give me some vectors. I hate it when it just leaves on limbo. So we're following the missed approach procedure, flight level 060. I'm gonna try to engage autopilot now.
Lufthansa 48 X-ray, maintain 3,000 feet until established on the final approach course. Cleared ILS approach runway 02.
Maintain 3,000 feet until established. Cleared ILS approach runway 02. Lufthansa 48 X-ray.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, turn left heading 300.
Turn left, heading 300, flex at Alpha Zulu Tango.
Lisbon arrival, Alpine 59, Foxtrot Mike, passing flight level 161, descending to 4,000 feet with information India.
Alpine 59, Foxtrot Mike, Lisbon arrival, QNH1012, expect the ILS approach runway 02.
QNH1012, expect the ILS approach runway 02, Alpine 59, Foxtrot Mike.
those that don't understand, we just gone around probably because of traffic on the runway. And if the same thing happens again, I might have to remove the plane, because there could be a plane stuck on the runway. Usually it doesn't happen that often, but it could happen. Mostly planes get stuck on the taxiway, not on the runway. Oh, that is good. So now I'm waiting for new vectors.
Lufthansa 48 X-ray, contact Lisbon Tower 118.105, have a good evening.
Contact Tower 118.105.
Usually go around traffic goes to the right of the airfield, but
Flexjet Alpha Zulu Tango, turn left heading 210. Expect further clearance in about 27 miles.
Turn left, heading 210, Flexjet Alpha Zulu Tango.
well, if that's the case, then I'm going to accelerate like crazy. Southbound parallel to the runway for about 30 miles or so. Airport's right there, although we can barely see. That's the airport right there. Yeah. Unforced go around today. It's been a while since I've done a round. When's the last time? I think it was when flying to Canaria, right? I usually just go manual and engage autopilot afterwards, but you gotta have a fail-safe mechanism where you can engage heading and not rely on your skills flying the plane anymore. Those times are gone now.
Turn left, heading 200, Flexjet Alpha Zulu Tango.
120, maintain 3,000 feet until established, cleared ILS approach runway 02.
Maintain 3,000 feet until established, cleared ILS approach runway 02, Air Azores 9120.
Descent here, so we can be under the glide path this time. Come on, give us a turn.
Zulu Tango, turn left, heading 115.
Turn left, heading 115, flex at Alpha Zulu Tango.
It's a very odd and specific turn.
Air Azores 9120, contact Lisbon Tower 118.105.
Over to Tower 118.105, Air Azores 9120.
Zulu Tango, cleared direct Pacific, cross Pacific at or above 3,000 feet, cleared ILS approach runway 02.
Cleared direct Pacific, cross Pacific at or above 3,000 feet, cleared ILS approach runway 02, flex jet Alpha Zulu Tango.
Lisbon arrival, Alpine 78 Tango Zulu. Good evening, passing flight level 163, descending to 4,000 feet with information India.
Alpine 78 Tango Zulu, Lisbon arrival. Good evening. QNH 101 to expect the ILS approach runway 02.
QNH 101 to expect the ILS approach runway 02, Alpine 78 Tango Zulu. Lisbon arrival with Air 1 Foxtrot Mike, passing flight level 0908, descending to 4,000 feet with information India.
With Air 1 Foxtrot Mike, Lisbon arrival, QNH 101 to expect the ILS approach runway 02.
QNH1012, expect the ILS approach runway 02 with L1 Foxtrot Mike.
Second time's a charm. Nil. Oh, that's too bad, Drexy. Alright, let's go for the approach now.
Flexjet Alpha Zulu Tango, contact Lisbon Tower 118.105.
Over to Tower 118.105, flex to Alpha Zulu Tango.
Speed check flaps 1.
Lisbon Tower, flex to Alpha Zulu Tango, ILS approach runway 02.
Flexjet Alpha Zulu Tango, Lisbon Tower, continue.
Roger, flex to Alpha Zulu Tango.
Those V-speeds, by the way. Yep, that one on.
Altimeter setting.
Air Azores 9120, monitor ground 121.755.
Ground 121.755, Air Azores 9120.
Gear down. For the second time today.
Flexjet Alpha Zulu Tango, wind 320 degrees, 6 knots, runway 02, clear to land.
Runway 02 cleared to land, flex to Alpha Zulu Tango.
Flaps full.
Approaching 02.
Trim is not very responsive. Not sure if it's a plane thing or an add-on thing. 02 confirmed.
Tango, exit right at Uniform 5.
Exit right at Uniform 5, FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango.
Let's depart on Hotel 4. Let's get the flaps off.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, contact ground 121.755, good day.
Ground 121.755, FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango.
We don't have the gate. Lisbon ground, FlexJet 7 Alpha Zulu, request taxi to gate 775. It's not gate, it's apron.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, gate 775 does not exist at this airport. Please select another.
FlexJet Alpha Tango. Oh my god, what's that?
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, say again ramp number.
Ramp 7. What's that?
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, say again ramp number.
705. 705.
FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango, taxi to ramp 705 via Uniform 4 Alpha 5 Whiskey 1 Delta.
Taxi to ramp 705 via Uniform 4 Alpha 5 Whiskey 1 Delta, FlexJet Alpha Zulu Tango.
It's right there. Welcome to Lisbon. After this crazy go around, it's good to be back home. You have to be on those stairs, really?
Air Portugal 97 Lima Sierra ramp 222, request pushback and engine start.
Air Portugal 97 Lima Sierra Lisbon ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face north.
Pushback approved, face north, Air Portugal 97 Lima Sierra. Air Portugal 97 Lima Sierra gate 122, request pushback.
Air Portugal 97 Lima Sierra Lisbon ground, pushback approved. Face south.
Pushback and engine start approved, face south, Air Portugal 97 Lima Sierra.
Get that ground power unit. Let's get that to our plane.
The boarding requested.
Done. Still don't have an external power connected. Let's go outside and connect it ourselves again.
Air Portugal 97 Lima Sierra taxi for departure.
Air Portugal 97 Lima Sierra taxi to holding point Mike 5 runway 02 via Echo Mike.
Taxi to holding point Mike 5 runway 02 via Echo Mike. Air Portugal 97 Lima Sierra.
No way. It's gonna bring a huge loader for the plane. No. I'm gonna open for you, but it's gonna be too funny. This is just a GSX glitch. Anyway, welcome to Lisbon. Welcome to Lisbon Airport in Portugal. It was a very pleasant flight out of London City on board our Cessna Sovereign Plus from Skyward Sim. Now remember, the next flight hopefully will be a very special flight. I hope it is. It can be either one of three planes. One
Air Portugal 97 Lima Sierra ready to taxi to the active.
I hope.
Air Portugal 97 Lima Sierra taxi to holding point Mike 5 runway 02 via Alpha 3 Golf Uniform 1 Mike 5.
Taxi to holding point Mike 5 runway 02 via Alpha 3 Golf Uniform 1 Mike 5 Air Portugal 97 Lima Sierra.
In any case, if you guys don't want to miss it,
Air Portugal 97 Lima Sierra, contact Lisbon Tower 118.105.
Over to Tower 118.105, Air Portugal 97 Lima Sierra, good day.
Let's reduce the noise here. You can also help the channel with the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. This airplane was one of many purchases I've done with the help of supporters, and this is what I usually do with all the donations to my channel. Don't mind the huge cargo load getting crates out of nowhere. That's not supposed to happen. But the passengers are unloaded and in the bus to the terminal. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I appreciate your coming. Andrew, Drexy, you guys, Alcantara, Alcantara Spotter, my good friend Douglas. You guys are the ones that make this channel run. Thank you so much for coming. I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, this has been the Glide Slope. Look at that crate being loaded. Where was that crate loaded in this plane? It's absolutely impossible. Don't know what that come from really. I need to check what GSX this airplane is using, GSX profile. So guys, thank you for coming. See you next time. Bye.
The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. Above begin to shine.
Air Portugal 97 Lima Sierra, contact Lisbon Tower 118.105, good day.
Tower 118.105, Air Portugal 97 Lima Sierra.
The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun, no limits when the dreams begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun, no limits when the drums beat. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the